Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello, and welcome back to T's Good Times Garage. I'm your host, the under the weather T. That's right, I'm a little bit down with the sickness. What do you think of my new hat? This is a stocking cap that a couple of my little nieces gave to me. It's magical. Woo! Whoa, whoa, the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. It really is. Looks like the police colors. Alright, I'm gonna turn that one off. I didn't do anything. 2024 has been kind of a less than productive year so far in the garage. And that's fine. You know, things happen, family stuff comes first, and that's where we're at. Taking care of the family. So here we are, looking down the barrel of less than a month to Matt's in Las Vegas. Muscle cars at the strip. Our first event of the year as far as what we've got planned. And the Dart still runs and drives. That's fine. But we got some things to fix to make her safe again, because you may recall we did find an issue in the front suspension of the car. Don't know exactly when that happened, but sickness not gonna stop me. It can't. I am running out of time. If I want to race in the spring, we've got to get going. So we're gonna jack the Dart up in the air. We're gonna get under it. I'm gonna show you some of the issues we have to sort out, and then we're gonna attempt to sort out said issues. The lift's already making me money. This is a much easier way to view the underside of the car. But yes, we do have a few things we need to look at. One, transmission fluid. Need a rag. And it appears to be a halfway significant amount. And we see that right under the speedometer hole. And under the transmission mount bolts. So it does appear that we've got potentially the snap ring gasket up in there. Hey, you know what? We've got a hat that lights up the situation. There we go. That's much better. And these stupid things. Those were all new. You know, the gaskets, the O-rings. Everything was replaced about a year ago when I rebuilt this transmission. But definitely leaking. So that's got to get fixed. We cannot be dealing with leaks. I will be dropping the pan too. We're going to check the screen. Make sure we don't have anything going on there. But I do think that I've got something going on that front pump seal or the input shaft seal. There's a decent amount of transmission fluid just hanging out under the torque converter there. The car's been sitting for a few weeks since it last moved, so very good chance that the transmission's gonna have to come out. This oil pan's definitely been around the block. It's had some repairs done over the years. So what I think I'm gonna do is just swap this entire pan out. I do have another one that's in a similar boat but looks a little nicer, so we'll probably swap the pan out. And then the major issue right here. Okay, I'll put my finger right there so you know for sure what I'm talking about. And before you guys beat me up for this, I bought this car as a roller. The rack had been installed. And yeah, we knew the bump steer was bad and it had geometry issues and such. But I didn't do it. And I always had intended to just do an entire K-frame swap out, an altercation or an HDK or something like that. Maybe even a QA1. I've always wanted to swap the K-frame out. So I didn't worry about it too much. But when they do this, you were then forced to worry about it. And I think at this stage of the game, I'm still trying to save up some coin to do the swap out. But it's not going to happen before I need to race. And so my plan is to just get this thing welded back up, add some material, try and brace it a little bit better, see if we can make it stronger. There was a lot of material cut out. And obviously not enough support left in. So here we are. This is what we're left with. I've got to figure out what's got to come off, what's got to come apart, so I can pull this back into place. And then I think I'll get it tacked in at least first. And then we'll figure out from there where we got to go brace it and build up on it. Hopefully we can do that. Well, I guess we have a plan of sorts. And that means engine and transmission coming out, front suspension pretty much coming completely apart. We're going to start with the engine and transmission. I'm not going to bore you with that. We'll show you along the way. Got Riley to come outside. He's helping. Yep. He's helping. He's helping.
I'm not supposed to be doing this.
Not supposed to be doing what? Helping?
Yeah.
What are you supposed to be doing?
Showing up occasionally and doing things?
Well, I would say this at the moment qualifies as occasionally because it's been a while.
Yeah.
Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. We're working on getting the transmission out right now. Riley's working on upper bell housing area bolts. Yeah. And I'm going to go get some cool lines off and all that fun stuff. Good thing I had Riley's help, because I do not own a transmission jack. That's on the list. The nice thing about the mid plate, this bad boy just stays where it's supposed to. So now we're going to drop it down. I'm going to get everything undone from the upside and going to get that engine out. Well, she's naked. The engine is out, hanging out over here. Then we have a bare engine bay, which gives us a bird's eye view into things. And I'll be honest, they look worse now that I can actually see everything. And that is what I was afraid of. I mean, I don't care so much about the rack boot, big deal, right? That's the least of my worries. There's our brake in the K-frame, as you can see. If you look at things from the bird's eye view, you see the rack pretty much, I mean, much further back than on this side, which is obvious by the brake. It does look like we're also pulling out of our lower control arm bushing here. This one kind of seems like it's pulled back as well. So we've got our work cut out for us. We're going to have to pull the entire front suspension out of it, I think, and see if the K-frame is in fact salvageable. And, you know, where do we go from there? Bushings, maybe we can save the K-frame, I don't know. I thought I had one too. It's always the case. Got all this crap, and I swore I had a K-frame that'd work here. My guess, though, probably being a 6-cylinder K-frame, probably ended up in a scrap pile somewhere. Good times. So don't feel bad for me, not yet. We're still giving this the old college try. We're gonna get this crap done. See if we can't get it fixed. See if we can't get it fixed in time for Matt's. That said, if you're in Salt Lake City and you do have a K-frame, 67 to 72 A body, let me know. But yeah, it's got to be a local thing for me at this point. I'll have to cut it anyway if I'm going to put this rack back in it, but that's really the only opportunity I think I have. I don't have the stock steering stuff, so I can't even really put it back together factory. So we're going to try and make the rack work, at least to get us by for a little bit until we can K-frame swap this thing and do it the way I want to do it. We're back up in the air, got the front tires off of it, torsion bars all the way relaxed. Here's your torsion bar adjuster. You just basically back this off and tell it wiggles freely. That's where we're at. Now I'm just starting to disconnect different things. We've got our tie rod ends here at the ball joint. Got to take out all the cotter pins everywhere, loosen these castle nuts. And then we'll probably be separating the spindle here from the lower control arm. Also get this strut rod out of the way, the shock out of the way. And we'll do that on both sides. And then we'll probably be trying to knock the torsion bar out and pull the lower control arm off. Well, I got a bunch of it out, I think, as far as I need to go, which is good. And should I end up having to replace the K-frame, well, there's not much left to take out. 3 bolts. Here's the broken section. So you can kind of see how this thing was modified. There's the top that was cut out and a lot of the bottom, and then some plating added, a little flange area there to mount the rack. I just really don't know how they expected to get away with that forever. Well, they didn't, right? Obviously they don't own the car anymore. I do, and now it's my problem. Only about an inch of material there connecting pretty much a high load area, with that being a big part of the steering. It has stressed this bushing in the lower control arm here really bad. This thing has moved around. We're definitely going to need some bushings there, both sides. And we'll attempt to do a repair on the K-frame here and see what happens. I'm going to try and add some material as well, see if I can't beef that up just a little bit. We'll see what goes on with the steering, but mostly I'm going to just try and get it put back together to where I feel safe driving the car. And yeah, I'm not going to compromise my safety just to make it to mats, but yes, we are still shooting for mats. That said, I've got my work cut out for me. I'm going to climb out from under the car and see it a little bit further back in its forlorn state. I wanted to freshen this too. It's probably due. There's just not enough time for all of that. And I've got to get here to find out where some of that fluid was coming from. That said, I am going to call it a day. I'm going to go in, I'm going to rest, going to take some cough medicine, and yeah, this place, oh hey, this place is a disaster. The lift is amazing. It's doing amazing things. I really love the in-frame jack. Game changer, my friends. Game changer. We'll get back to it as quickly as we can. I'm going to find somebody that can help me press those bushings in the lower control arms. And hopefully very soon we're going back together with it. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Sorry for my sick voice. I think I'm on the mend. We'll find out. This thing usually kicks my butt for a few days. Hopefully not. I'll be back to it ASAP. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one.